welcome back to the channel, fam. Welcome back to the channel. This is Brian, the introverted marketer, and it ain't hard to tell, it's simple. Now check it out, fam. We're gonna be doing something a little bit different today. What I want to do for you, fam, is I want to do a comparison video of some of the top tools that help you improve your writing and your prompting. So I'm not going to be comparing specific features that are unique to each one. I'll go over the uniqueness of each tool. What I want to do is compare the main feature. The point of this video is how each tool can improve your prompting. And as of the recording of this video, Wednesday, November 5th, 2025, all these tools are still available for lifetime deals. You see here, I'm here on AppSumo with Pismo. So I'm just going to briefly go over each tool, what they can do, and we're going to compare them. And I'll just give my final genuine thoughts at the end of the video, right? Simple. Okay. So with Pismo, and if you're unfamiliar with Pismo, there'll be a link in the description for each one of these individual reviews I did. From God of Prompt to Pretty Prompt to Pismo, there'll be a link in the description below, so you can go check out the long form reviews. But I just want to briefly go over each tool. So Pismo basically allows you to, anywhere on your computer, you can pull up Pismo. I'll pull up Pismo right now. And here are some of the options that they have built into it. You can translate, you can improve, you can fix spelling and grammar, you can summarize, and these are some of the things that they have built in. Pretty much, I used to store a lot of my prompts when I want to use to do certain things. I could just pull up Pismo to do things. So Pismo is excellent at doing many things depending on the quality of the prompt. So Pismo comes with prompts included, and it also has a custom GPT that you can use to help improve your prompts, and we can actually go over that in a minute. But before we do that, I just want to let you know it's available on AppSumo right now, $59, and you get 5,000 requests. And I think for the average user, 5,000 requests is it's a generous amount to give. But if that isn't enough, you can go for tier 2, which is what I'm on, and you can have unlimited. And I can tell you, fam, you don't really need unlimited unless you're a super duper power user. And in both tiers, you get access to the iOS app, and there'll be a link in the description below where you can see my demo using the iOS mobile app. The thing about Pismo, you download it and you install it on your computer. So you can install it for Mac, you can install it for Windows, and you can install it for iOS, and all your prompts and everything carry over. There'll be links in the description to those individual reviews. And I don't need to go over through all these things. If you want to check out the long form reviews, there'll be links in the description. Just want to show you that it's still available and go over what it can do. So we'll bring up Pismo again. Alright, but we'll go into the settings. And you can see I have all my prompts here. I'm on tier 2. Customization, you can pick whatever keys you want to bring up Pismo. These are my commands right here. You could bring your own key, and I'm using OpenRouter. And you hit the test, and of course OpenRouter comes with a whole bunch of options, but we're not here to see all that, even though I will select Claude for bring your own key. But since we don't want to test the bring your own key function, that's sort of an addition, we'll just leave that off, because Pismo comes with unlimited ChatGPT 4.0 mini, and for some people I may understand that's a quality concern, but honestly, from a business perspective, I understand the cost is very high to do these kind of things. So using something that's very efficient for cost is awesome, but bring your own key. For those of you that are concerned about quality, it automatically puts this in another tier, in my opinion, because it gives you options. And on this channel, fan, options matter. Simple. Right? So also what I wanted to show you, right, this was the big thing that they updated in the changelog. You can see in the settings. They do have something here that I want to show you. How to improve your prompts through the custom GPT. I cannot recall how I found it. I know it's here. Oh, here it is. Open Generator. So if you're not sure what to do with your prompt, they give you access to their own custom GPT, which they train. You can hit Open Generator, and it did open, but because I have ChatGPT installed on my computer, instead of open in an actual link on GenSpark, it opened up in the ChatGPT application, which is installed on the computer. So I do have it saved. So let's just go ahead and head to the right and go to ChatGPT. We'll just close all this out. And here it is. So they do have a prompt generator if you need help to create custom prompts for Pismo.ai. So Pismo doesn't come with, at least what I've seen, and we can open up Pismo again. Pismo doesn't come up with something to improve your prompts. That's not what I've seen. So if you're looking for something to improve your prompts, Pismo's not going to give it to you. But the reason why I included it here is because they have the prompt generator. And I actually created a prompt, even though it's not very in-depth, a prompt improver. And I actually have to open up the settings so you can actually see what the prompt was. So here's the actual prompt right here. Then this was created in the custom GPT, this prompt improver. So we're going to go ahead and test that out. And we can just use a generic ChatGPT, no chat. Let's use a temporary chat. And we'll actually dictate. We'll allow. Write a 1,000 word blog article on affiliate marketing. And we'll highlight that. Okay. And we'll hit prompt improver. And that's pretty much what the prompt improver did. So it took that generic request and came up with write a detailed 1,000 word blog article explaining affiliate marketing, including its definition, key benefits, common strategies, and practical tips for beginners. So not the most in-depth, but it does, in my opinion, significantly improve that generic prompt by adding a little bit more information for it to focus on. So that's Pismo. And pretty much the quality of the prompt is going to be dependent on the prompts that you feed into Pismo. And of course, this is GPT 4.0 mini. So you can use different LLMs. If you have OpenRouter API and whatever LLM you have, it'll take that prompt and it'll use its own abilities to improve that prompt. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. that with Pismo, you're getting unlimited GPT 4.0 mini. So just understand that. But if you're willing to invest in the OpenRouter API key, you have access to things like Claude, Gemini, hundreds of different LLMs. But let's not dally too much on that. The next one I want to show you is Pretty Prompt. So Pretty Prompt make better prompts in one click, and it really does. And there'll be a link in the description below for you to check out Pretty Prompt. Just want to show you that it's still available on AppSumo at the time of recording of this video. And how they work is you don't have access to put in OpenRouter API key, Stratio, or OpenAI. What you do have is their own system that allows you to improve prompts, and they're made specifically for ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude, with more platforms being included. From my understanding is that they're working hard on this, and you could check the link in the description below for the long form review on Pretty Prompt. But I don't see it working right here. Let's try. Let's reload. Oh, you know what it was? In an earlier video, I told Pretty Prompt to go away for 30 minutes. So I did do a video earlier on Pretty Prompt, and I have it hidden. But as you can see, it says it's hidden. I'll just hit wake up, and then we can just hit dictate. Write a 1,000 word article on affiliate marketing, please. And as you can see, it popped up immediately, right? So we can go ahead and put improve prompt. And this is what's going to make, in my opinion, Pretty Prompt stand out. So it tells you what's been improved, right? You can modify anything here. You don't have to go with their suggestions. And it breaks it down between expert role, main task and objective, key content requirements, constraints and parameters. And in addition, you can refine to make your prompt even more laser targeted, right? So you can go ahead and just check these, and we can click to refine, and you can actually move this right here wherever you want to move it. And you can see it gives you a refined prompt. You can click to apply, or you can use the improve prompt. Well, once you leave out of there, you have to do it again, but it doesn't take away from this. So that's Pretty Prompt. This isn't a long form video on what Pretty Prompt can do, or everything that comes with it. I just want to show you how it improves the prompts. So they use their own system to improve the prompts. And I want to move on from Pretty Prompts because I think they're pretty good. You got to keep in mind, this is made for ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini, but they do have this extension where you can put it right here, whatever your request is, and you can improve it right here. All right, just want to show you that. All right, you can improve your prompt here. And it pretty much does the same thing here. You can send it to any one of these that it's already optimized for. You could copy it and you could paste it into your Groks, into your DeepSeeks, into your Strios, your Llamas, whatever it is that you're using. You can just copy it from here. but you're saying, hey, maybe I want to refine that, you can hit this home right here. It'll take you here to where you can refine that prompt. Well, that's not the prompt. We'll go to history. We'll take the improved prompt. We'll copy the improved prompt. We'll go to refine prompt, and we'll refine the prompt. And you can just select what you want here. Submit. And then you can copy it to clipboard and you can paste it wherever you need it to go. So the good thing about Pretty prompts is to give you options. They give you an improved prompt from just the information that you give it, and it'll improve the prompt. But if you want to laser target it even more, you can go ahead and refine the prompt. It'll ask you some questions and give you a more refined prompt. So if optimizing your prompts is something that is important and necessary for you, right now Pretty Prompt is the front runner, in my opinion, because it gives you options, not just to improve your prompt, but to refine your prompt. But with that being said, it's still available on AppSumo, so make sure you check it out. If you're interested, there'll be a link in the description below. Next one I want to talk about is Wordara. Right? And that's on Deal Mirror. So Wordara is also a Chrome extension. You can see I have it right here. And I just want to show you what they have available on Deal Mirror. So there'll be a link in the description below for the long form review. At the recording of this video, November 5th, 2025, it's still available. They use their own system for improving prompts. And they even have it up to tier 4 for unlimited prompts. So Pretty Prompts taps out at 15,000. This goes all the way up to unlimited. So let's go ahead and check out Wordara. And as you can see, we're back in ChatGPT. But the thing about Wordara is that it's not like Pretty Prompts where it's like, oh, I'm optimized for ChatGPT, I'm optimized for Claude. Pretty much almost anywhere that you can type words on something, if it's compatible with that website, it's gonna pop up, right? So we know it's compatible with ChatGPT. Let's see if it works on Grok. I believe it does work on Grok. Affiliate marketing. So it does work on Grok. So it'll work on pretty much any site that's compatible with. And you could just go ahead and you can improve the prompt, but you can also, whatever prompts you have stored, right, it's going to keep it here, and you can just scroll down and select it. It's kind of like Pismo in a sense. So that's something I just want to highlight. The improving prompts is just one specific feature it does, and we want to focus on that, but it does have additional features to consider, and it gives you other options as well. So let's go ahead and hit improve prompt and see what what Wordara, how their process is. So we're going to go ahead and hit improve prompt. And that was weird. Let's try again. There we go. So as you can see, it shows you in real time what it's doing. It's not like Pretty Prompt where it'll give you a screen where it's like, okay, this is what we did and why we think it makes sense. It's going to give you that breakdown. So if that's something you're looking for, that's a unique feature with Pretty Prompt. But what it is going to do is tell you that it's working on it and specifically what it's doing in the process. So as you can see, it's complete. And here is the improved prompt. It's very, very in-depth. Probably the most in-depth prompt we've seen thus far. So definitely the front runner, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and give Grok a spin. So that is Wordara. Oh, I just also want to show you. I don't know if I show you the Pretty Prompt website. But actually, that's not important. That's not important. They do have websites. That's not important. We're doing the head-to-head. So that's how Wordara improves the prompts. Pretty much, you highlight whatever you're trying to improve, and it's gonna put it there. Now, I tried to use it on Google Docs. Right now, it doesn't work on Google Docs. It does work on Google Sheets. So pretty much anywhere where you're trying to improve your prompt or do anything, if you can type and highlight it and it's compatible with that website, you're good to go. But one thing with Wordara, right, you can see I'm on tier 2. And the only reason I'm on tier 2, if we come back over here, is for bring your own key, right? Because if we go back to the extension, you can see that we can view the history and we can block certain websites we don't want this popping up on. And we love having that option because sometimes when you're doing something on a website, you're typing, you don't want a Chrome extension popping up where you don't really need it. So there's a couple things you can do. You have the default action, and some of these are custom. And you can select the default action, and we're just talking about which one does pretty good at improving prompts. So we have improved prompt selected, but Wordara, and I was using Grok, by the way. So I was using a bring your own key Grok. So I was using Grok to optimize the prompt for Grok. So low key, that's why I did that. But Wordara, they have their own models that you can choose from. So GPT, Claude, DeepSeek, Gemini, and GPT OSS. And bring your own key. Pretty much. Well, this is, I can't really show you. Well, it's not that I can't really show you. This doesn't show you all the bring your own key options. So what we're going to have to do is we'll go home or open a full dashboard. And we'll go to the settings. And we'll go to the AI providers. And you can see here for bring your own key, you have OpenAI, you have Stratio, and you have OpenRouter. So you have a bunch of different LLMs that you can use. If you have Stratio, which I recommend, if you have OpenRouter, which I also recommend, or OpenAI, you have a ton of options. So just like Pismo with OpenRouter, Wordara gives you options, but instead of just limiting you with OpenRouter, which sounds crazy because OpenRouter gives you a ton of different LLMs, they allow you to type in with Stratio, and they also allow you to type in with OpenAI. And I personally invested in Wordara to get tapped in with Stratio because I'm a big fan of Stratio and their API. This system is awesome. But the fact that you can use the coins for API makes it even more valuable. But that's Wordara. I just wanted to make sure you understood everything about it. They have their own system to improve the prompts. We're using ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and DeepSeek. Or you could bring your own key. Same thing with Pismo. So the quality of the prompts is not just limited to what Wordara could do, because you can use different LLMs. Whereas with pretty prompts doesn't say what LLM they're using. At least it hasn't been specified anywhere I've looked. They kind of just use something that seems as custom to improve your prompts. With Wordara, it shows you, hey, you can use GPT, you can use Claude, you can use Gemini, but it doesn't say which version, like if it's a customized version. So that's the thing with Wordara. It says, okay, we're using this LLM, but it's not saying which version. If it's, is it 5, is it 4? So that's Wordara. But the next one I want to show you is Got a Prompt, and I'm not sure if I'm logged in. I gotta log in. So let's log in. So let me pause this video, fam. And I'm gonna go ahead and log in to Got a Prompt. So just stand by. I'm gonna log in to Got a Prompt and get right back with you in just 1 second, fam. Okay, fam, we're back. I'm logged in to Got a Prompts, and I just want to let you know that I am on the max plan, and we can just tap in and go with the prices and show you what that looks like. Right now it is $150 for the complete bundle, but I believe they're having a sale, and there'll be a link in the description below where you can check out the long form video on Got a Prompt, because it's not just a prompt improver. It comes with improved prompts anyways, and it's all categorized and it's all hosted on Notion. So you don't just get a prompt improver, that's actually an addition. You get a whole bunch of other different prompts that are optimized for specific categories and use cases. But we're not here to go over all of that. We're here to talk about the prompt improver, because that's what we're comparing in this video. So let's go to prompt generator, right? And how this works is, let's see, can we write a 1,000 word blog article on affiliate marketing. So if you're wondering what that is, that's paraspeech. And if you're not familiar with what paraspeech is, there'll be a link in the description below to check out that video on paraspeech. But with that being said, how this works with Got a Prompt is, you say your loose idea, you write it down, type it down, and then you just generate the prompt, and it's gonna go ahead and do its things behind the scene. And then when it's done, you're gonna get an email. So when it does what it needs to do, we're gonna hop into my email and we'll see the prompt. And not only will we see the prompt, we'll see everything that comes with it, because it also includes a PDF and it also includes a CSV. It gives you instructions and tips on how to best use the prompt. So Got a Prompt really goes out the way for you. It does take a little bit of time, and it probably is the least convenient of all of them, but in my opinion, it gives you a lot of value, because not only does it give you a very strong prompt, but it gives you tips on how to use the prompt, and it gives it to you in 2 different formats. You can use the PDF, the CSV, and directly in your email. So let's go ahead and check the email. It's just freezing up a little bit. Hold on 1 second, fam. Okay, sorry about that, fam. It froze up. So as you can see, we got the email from Got a Prompt. Your custom prompt is ready. And here's the prompt right here. The context, the role, the response guidelines, the blog article criteria, information about me if you want to put that here. So it allows you to customize it on your own if you want. You can get your full guide, you can download the PDF, and you can download the CSV. So let me just show you at least the PDF. So here's the PDF right here. It comes with the prompt, and it just opened up in Google Drive for me. So shout out Gemini. And it includes the prompt right here. It gives you tips. It shows you how to use the prompt in case you don't know what to put here. It placeholders. So Got a Prompt really goes out the way to help give you a really optimized prompt. And of course you could download the CSV, and that's going to open up for me in Google Drive. Even though I will probably open this up in Google Sheets. So we just go over to Google Sheets. So it looks a little bit cleaner. And here it is in Google Sheets. Here's how it looks. So that's Got a Prompt. And right now, Got a Prompt, I believe they're having a sale right now at the time of recording this video to get 30% off to unlock premium. There'll be a link to each of these individual videos, from Pismo to Pretty Prompt to Wordara to Got a Prompt, so you can go ahead and check them out in the description below. But with that being said, I'm going to end the video here. Let me know what your thoughts are on Pismo, Pretty Prompt, Wordara, and Got a Prompt. Which one do you think is best for improving prompts? I gotta say, for the most convenient, I'm gonna give it to Pretty Prompt, just because you can do everything right there, like on Chrome. I mean, not on Chrome, yeah. Well, let's say Chrome is your browser, but right there in ChatGPT, in Claude, and in Gemini, you can do everything right there. You can improve the prompt, and you can refine the prompt. You can paste it right there. So if you're looking for convenience of being able to improve your prompt and paste it right there with a higher quality prompt, I would give it to Pretty Prompt, because it gives you the option to not only improve the prompt but also refine your prompt to make it more targeted. Pismo also does that, but Pismo really is subject to the quality of your prompt to improve your prompt. So that's the only pitfall with Pismo. But Pismo is just convenient because you can use it everywhere. But in terms of improving your prompt, it's subject to whatever prompt you use to improve your prompts. So that's the only downfall with Pismo. Wordara is also a strong contender. It does take its time, but I believe the quality of prompt is very good. Pretty Prompt is faster. I will say that Pretty Prompt is faster than Wordara, but Wordara does produce a strong prompt. And last but certainly not least is Got a Prompt, which I believe produces a very strong prompt and gives you the ability to customize it with the placeholders to put who you are and your target audience and everything like that. It isn't as convenient, but it definitely gives you a very, very strong prompt. But if I gotta say who wins in terms of convenience, it's Pretty Prompt. In terms of prompt quality, it's gonna be tough. I really like Wordara on this and Got a Prompt, but I really like how Pretty Prompt allows you to laser focus in whatever it is that you're trying to do by giving that refine. So there's no clear winner here for me. What do you guys think? Which one makes sense for you and your business, or whatever you're trying to accomplish? Just drop a comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. But I'm just going to end the video right here. And if you've been sticking around with me this long, appreciate you sticking around. You know, I like to take my time and do these videos. They're a little bit longer and I talk a little bit longer, but I just want to make sure you're seeing everything that the tool has to offer rather. But with that being said, this is Brian, the introverted marketer, and it ain't hard to tell, it's simple. I'll catch you in the next video, fam. Peace.